I want to take some time to just talk about my recent experiences with Razer products. Um, Over the years, I have been a steadfast Razer fan, starting off very early on with the Death Adder. When it first came out, I bought it because it just looked awesome. And the quality was fantastic. I used that mouse for probably about 4 years, and I gave it away to a friend of mine who is still using it today. Now, as far as mice goes, that's fantastic. It's probably like 7 years old now, maybe 8. Um, and I bought a keyboard shortly thereafter that. That keyboard still works just fine, although I had, out of use, I wore down all the WASD off of it, but still fantastic keyboard, and my wife uses it right now. Then I bought the MMO mouse. It was great until the right mouse button started failing, which it was about 2 years in. Now, that's good value out of a mouse. So I went and bought another one. That one failed in 6 months. I'm not too happy about that. So I went, brought it back to the store, got another one. That one failed in 2 months. Took that one back, got the new Razer Chroma Death Adder. It worked fine up until about 2 weeks ago. The left mouse button started to give out on it, and it's just, you have to really click down on it to get it to work. So that's about 9 months, and it's not even my main mouse. I stopped using that about 5 months ago, and I use that on the machine that's sitting behind me right now. It's just my messing around machine for doing stuff, doing Windows Server and Linux. But included in this is going to have to be the OSVR. I know it's not a Razer branded product, but it's still being sold on the Razer store. And they are, I don't know if they're part of the manufacturing or who handles that, but that for me is another strike against Razer. I had it for less than a week. The screen was intermittent at first. The first day that I had it, I couldn't get the screen to turn on. And I thought it was something that I was doing. I thought it was software related, because some of the early batches had issues with the software telling the screen not to turn on. So I messed around with it, and then while I had it on my head, just staring at a blank screen, hoping it'll turn on, my wife picked up the the box that the cords all connect to, and the screen turned on, and I was shocked. I thought it just randomly worked, and I pulled the headset off, and my wife was holding the box. So she set it down, and the screen turned off again, and that made me realize that it was a problem with one of the connections somewhere. Long story short, I talked to one of the developers who helped design it, or I'm not sure who, but okay. I talked to Marquis, who is an OSVR developer. Huge shout out to him. He was really helpful and did everything that he could to try and help me get it up and going. But unfortunately, it wasn't a software problem. He had me try all kinds of little tricks that really I haven't seen anywhere else, anybody talking about them. But credit to this guy. He was great, and the people on the OSVR side are fantastic. After sending an RMA to Razer, I wound up shipping it back. It took a while. One of my emails got lost, and they just eventually I got it worked out. And as of, I think, 3 days ago, the money is being sent back into the bank account. But I still had to pay for shipping. I had to pay for import costs. So all in all, took a loss on it. But I guess that was what I get for trying out new tech that really wasn't ready. I didn't expect it to be a consumer version, but I do expect it to work. For shelling out almost $500 Canadian, I kind of expect a piece of hardware to just at least turn on. I used to be a huge Razer supporter, but after this last basically year and a half, almost 2 years of failing products, I just no longer want anything to do with their stuff. As much as I used to love them, I just can't support them anymore unless something drastically changes and their quality goes back up to the company that I fell in love with. I've since switched over to the Logitech brand stuff, the Logitech G series, and so far I've been using the mouse and keyboard for some time. Great keyboard. And the snazzy mouse. But so far, no issues. Jury's still out on whether or not it'll hold up, though. So there's my rant on Razer. And so thanks for watching. If you stuck around long enough, go ahead, if you like, hit the like button. If you don't like, dislike it, and maybe hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks again.